We have new developments tonight on two encounters between Toledo police and local youth that sparked strong community reactions. The first happened April 10th when officers stopped teens for jaywalking. Things escalated when a 15-year-old girl refused to provide identifying information. The girl was thrown to the ground twice, including once after she was handcuffed for allegedly spitting on the officer. Immediately afterward, the city confirmed the officer involved was reassigned to another neighborhood. Then, in May, we obtained cell phone video of an interaction between SWAT team members and some teens on Sylvan Avenue near Fitchland. In those recordings, the officers could be heard mocking the teens and the neighborhood in which they lived.
Go away, because you're annoying and you're dumb.
Y'all can't talk to me like that.
Oh, we can't, but you can say whatever you want, but we can't.
Because he looked like a criminal?
No, that's not what it is. This is a high gang, high crime area. It's not my fault you guys live in this neighborhood. I didn't choose to move here.
That was some of the body camera footage that TPD released, although officials confirmed that this clip ended when one officer turned off his camera before saying a comment that was caught on the cell phone video, and that was, quote, "enjoy poverty." Today, Toledo Police Chief Mike Trendley revealed the results of the internal investigations into both of those encounters. And 13 Action News reporter Alexis Means joins us tonight with what's next for those officers involved.
The police chief says his officers were patrolling a North Toledo neighborhood, following up on some gang information that may have been connected to two homicides. He says that's when they rolled up on these four teenagers who were jaywalking. He says those two officers will not face any disciplinary action. In April, the group of teens were walking near LaGrange and Austin Streets when officers stopped them. The stop escalated when a teenage girl refused to give her name and an officer took her to the ground. Toledo Police Chief Michael Trendley says the teens spit on the officer during the arrest. After reviewing body cam footage and interviewing witnesses, he says the officers acted within their lawful authority.
Investigators further concluded that the physical control techniques used during the arrest were consistent with department training and department's response to resistance policy.
Officers Michael Routson and Nicholas Palmer will not face any disciplinary action.
It's a high gang, high crime area. It's not my fault you guys live in this neighborhood. I didn't choose to move here.
Just 1 month later, a second incident put TPD back under the microscope. In May, officers stopped teens on Sylvan Avenue for walking in the street without using a crosswalk. Video from the scene shows an officer telling the teens, quote, "It's not my fault you live in this neighborhood." The officer is also heard calling the group annoying and stupid, then telling them, quote, "enjoy poverty."
Officer Carroll's comments are not a training issue, all right? That never has that been trained to you, never should that have ever come out of his mouth.
Officer Chase Bainey received a written reprimand. Officer Zachary Carroll was pulled from the SWAT team and suspended for 15 days without pay.
While these investigations resulted in different findings, both incidents reflected negatively on our department and our community.
The chief is requiring more training for his officers covering professionalism, cultural competency, juvenile crisis response, and compassion fatigue. Reporting from downtown, Alexis Means. Now back to you.